G'day mates and welcome back to Pharaoh. We've finished up with the inter-dynastic period and we're moving into the birth of the Middle Kingdom. So with this we have managed to essentially end most of the civil war. No doubt there are a few struggling sort of people around, little stragglers who will not give in and bow down to Pharaoh, and that's what these couple of missions will be about. But let's have a quick look what we've got here. We've got Menat Khufu, where we're dealing with hunger. So obviously we have a very hungry people to look after through Egypt. And the other one, of course, is Kebet, fighting for peace. I do like that one there. So we're going to do the military one. We're going to jump in for this particular episode. Let's go.
Your family's performance during the Civil War has not gone unrewarded. I, Pharaoh Mentuhotep, have awarded your family the rank of Vizier. There is no one in all of Egypt that I trust more than you. Now that the twin kingdoms of Upper and Lower Egypt are reunited, and the capital at Wast is thriving, I need you to help me solidify my position throughout the kingdom. While reunited, Egypt is prone to internal skirmishes, particularly in areas that were once loyal to the Henenesu rulers. To help solidify our new union, I want you to rebuild and defend Kebet. Kebet should be a glorious city that shows Egypt's citizens what is possible under my rule. This city comes under frequent attack from remaining loyalist cities such as Kmun, and you must be sure to defend your city's borders. Famine still stalks the country, and frequent requests for food will come to you from other cities in the kingdom. Respond as quickly as you can to their heart-rending pleas, so that all Egypt will know my benevolence and the dedication of my most trusted vizier. I know that I am asking much of you, but there is no one else in Egypt capable of doing this difficult task.
Well, we got ourselves a different narrator voice this time. We're speaking with Pharaoh himself for the first time. We are now the Vizier. I am the second most powerful man in all of Egypt. I am on a rank similar to Jafar, if you've ever watched Aladdin. Hopefully I will be just a little bit nicer than Jafar. Let's head into the city and see what we find. Okay, here we are. Looks like we already have a city and it is seriously damaged here. There is, it looks like a lot of damage has been done here. Set. Oh, thank you, 500 people. So you're looking like a very damaged city here. Let's have a quick poke around. It's been damaged on the south here, so we may actually get attacks coming from the south. Let's have a quick look. Kebet. Well, we're still fighting people up here and looking at these different, I guess, symbols, different icons here. I suspect we're probably going to be attacked from the north, which is, let's have a quick look, it's actually up here. So maybe they do attack from the south as well, but my inclination would be that they're going to attack from the north. Anything over on this side, looks like a fair bit of floodplain as well. It's currently in flood season. So have a look at what foods we can get. Figs and flax, we'll have a look at raw materials, gold and copper. Where? Oh yeah, there's a little bit there. How much can we get in? Let's have a quick peek at that. Yeah, we get maybe 3 or 4. Ooh, okay, wow, look at that. There's a load down here. There's a lot of stuff down there. Very nice. Bit of farmland over here as well. I think we're going to develop over here very quickly. We do have a little bit of military starting up, and the fact that that is there makes me think it is highly likely we're going to be attacked very soon. Let's have a quick look at our unemployment rate. Okay. So we've got a fair bit of unemployment, which is nice. But, I mean, there's just, I don't know what there is all for. I don't need them at all. Infrastructure, you can go 1. The others I'm not even going to bother with just yet. I mean, we've got more than enough unemployment. So, we can burn that bridge when we get to it. But let's have a quick look. These guys are not experienced at all. We'll need an academy at some point in the near future. I wonder if there's anything else that... 7,000, that's huge for a military mission. I wonder if there's anything else. Okay, we're importing clay. I'm not going to turn that off for the time being, just because I'd like to sort of get the lay of the land before time ticks over too much. It doesn't look like we're doing anything else. Yeah, there's a few things in this city that are not very well set up. I'll have to see what I can do with it. Okay, Seth is also pretty pissed off, which is not good if it's going to be a military mission. So I have to get him on board very quickly. Osiris is our patron. I'm going to bring taxes right down. And you know what? I'm going to go through this and try and fix this city up. And, oh, okay. So we need quite a few monuments. 2 small ones and a big one, by the looks of it. I'm going to have to go through here, try and clear some things up and have a quick peek at what all our possible exports are. I'll be back. Alrighty, I've spent a little bit of time going over how I think I'm going to approach this. Again, not having seen this mission before, it is going to take me a little bit more time to do these things, so I will be doing them off camera. But I'll be coming back, obviously, and reporting what I find. My first thing is that there is not a lot that we can actually export. They'll buy fish, which is, from what I recall, not worth my time. 33. Again, yeah, it's shocking. It's terrible. Buhan will buy wood, which we can't make. Granite, which I think I forgot to check. But copper is the real one that is important to me here via water trade route. Copper will also be very useful because this is a military mission and I suspect we're going to be attacked very quickly. These guys will buy figs, not very useful. And that's it. That is all we've got. So we're up Shit Creek without a paddle at this point. Now this dock is a little bit too far away. What I'm thinking of doing right now is to actually delete that and possibly bring it down. Where can I bring a dock? A lot of options. There looks like to be my only place for a dock, so I may be able to move some copper up in this direction and export it that away. Gold mines are tempting here, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how I'm going to approach it since the mansion. Don't build one of those again. I'm not sure how to approach the gold mines. I could definitely throw down a few of them, but copper is worth so much more, and I could set up a little quick, sneaky weapons industry right here and move my recruiter over, in which case I can start fleshing out some infantry barracks very quickly. You know, I'm going to do a bit of building, and I will meet you guys back once I know what I'm doing. Okay, this is the very beginnings of my housing blocks. I've got 2 of them planned out. Thank you. I've got 2 of them planned out here. One for... I'll probably hear my cat in the background. I've started talking, so he is now talking back. As I was saying, I now have sort of the housing access for these sort of basic things here. Got the dock there. I can probably actually remove that one entirely. It will just complicate matters. So we've got things over here. These ones, this ferry crossing should provide everything I require to actually get things across and get troops back and forth when they're trained. I'll be training them over here. And let's have a quick look. We've got stuff down there. Seth, of course, will be looked after. Hopefully he won't start getting too pissed off. Down here, we have enough little housing to provide what's going to be our copper mines. I'm probably going to have to throw a storage yard up here for copper, so that it is sort of, you know, like a middle range so we can export it reasonably quickly. Now on that note, I'm going to go and open up the copper exports immediately. You're going to buy all the copper that I can sell, except for anything over 200 actually is what we're going to do for now. I'm going to need to pretty much throw it straight into weapons production now. I'll get onto that right now. And our first export of copper is going off right now. That has given us just a little bit more money to work with. Looks like we're going down for another load as well, even better. With that, what I think we're going to do is actually use this cash immediately to... What are we going to do? We're going to scrap... We're not going to scrap you just yet, actually. We're going to throw... Okay, very nice, very tight. They're coming in 6 months. That is good to have that on camera. I'm going to throw down... I have to throw down some towers here. Let's throw, say, like that. I think that's almost evenly spaced, except that little bit there. Doesn't matter. That'll give me enough towers, I think, to defend. I'm assuming they're going to come from the north. Thank you, 1,000 people. Assuming they're going to come from the north. If not, I can probably kite them back that direction anyway. Okay, here we go. An invasion force of Egyptians is upon us. They are coming from the north. Excellent, as expected. That is... actually a fairly large looking force. Yeah, we've nearly got a full complement of soldiers. Let's send these guys up and see what we can do. We're going to try to fight them, and we're only going to fight them near the towers. To fight them anywhere else would be total suicide. So let's see what we can do here. I mean, it can't be impossible. Obviously what we've got should be sufficient to hold them off. So I'm not expecting something that's going to be too difficult here. I think we're probably going to lose our trading caravans. They're going to be wiped out, but
it's
what do they
the
sell?
trader's life for me.
They sell copper. Not that we need it, but that were the clay imports that we started at the beginning. Didn't think I'd open it with them, but that's Wasps trading with us. So at this point, how am I going to stop these guys? They're going to come straight down. I'm going to try and drag them, if I can get this guy to work. I'm going to try and bring them closer to the towers over here. I hope I've got enough of them. Probably should have built a couple more. Can you? There we go. Let's take a couple of shots and fall back. Excellent. So this should be sufficient to do some real damage here. These things do massive damage. Way better than our archers, who are just pretty shit at this point. I wonder if I can actually just kite them around a little bit. Rotate you guys, you attack them. You guys keep moving. If I can keep you, sort of keep your losses to a minimum, then allow the walls to do all the real damage here. And there we go, looks like we've beaten them back. You guys are dying as well. And there we go. Hardly any losses at all, I think. Okay, got a fair bit of food coming up on this side. It's just stockpiling at the moment. I've got a little infantry fort down here that currently has no people in it, but I will get there soon, no doubt. I'm going to throw down a granary for the time being. Bloody immigrants in the way. I'm going to get you... There we go. Get that down there, and you guys can jump straight in and just get maximum figs. So with that, hopefully we can start to feed these people, get rid of the plague that's affecting them, and begin moving up and fixing our employee problem. We have more than sufficient cash coming in through our exports. And let's have a quick double check. You're not working, and you're not working. Okay, we desperately need to get military as the number 2 priority for the time being. This is not good. I've had a couple of plagues and they have ripped through all of our population. And unfortunately that means that the temples were not being staffed. So Set has now destroyed our best fort over here, all the infantry. Not good, because we can't actually afford to rebuild that. Not to mention all the copper and weapons and time has gone into making that. So hopefully things will get just a little bit fixed up now. Once we get the cash back in, of course. Can we export? So our copper mines are slowly beginning to come back online. It's a real struggle here, so I'm trying to balance everything as much as possible to try and level things up while still keeping the military active. At this point, I don't think I even need the military, so let's work on industry and commerce. Instead, the military can come back at a later date, since the fact we've got no copper stored up. Okay, let's throw down this fort again. That's another 1,200 that we'd not like to spend. I would have preferred to have spent that on a new fort. But that's gone, that's down, and we can do, well, what can we do? With 19% unemployment, and there are more people ticking in. So with that, I think we're going to have to start working on a number of things. Probably going to be feeding this side of the river, I think, this side of the people, and we can get people fed here. Actually, I wonder if it'll be more useful to actually get a number of warship wharves. Who will sell me timber? Cargo Oasis will sell me timber. No, they won't. Yeah, that is timber. So once I've saved up a little bit of cash, I think I'm going to open that one up and try and set up a couple of warship wharves. The question is, where can I put them down? We are looking like we can only put them on this island. So that is something I'm going to have to think about and see how I can approach that. Alrighty, we've run out of money just once, and I have promptly thrown all those merchanty funds to good use. I've thrown down a little bit of disease everywhere. We do need to feed our people. I've got a whole bunch of food being created here. Well, this is only a small batch because we've only got part of the season. It's going into this granary here, which will then feed these 2 blocks and hopefully take us most of the way through the game. Probably space to throw a 3rd mini block down here. And I may sort of include, I suppose, the monuments inside them. I'm not sure exactly. Wow, that is a big monument. I don't know where I'm going to fit that. Probably somewhere up here anyway. What we're going to do though, we have sort of money problems at this point. How much copper can we export per year? Okay, it's a naval ship. It's interesting. We can export 2,500, so we're not actually getting that far just yet. Hopefully why are you guys not working? I don't understand how it's so difficult to get workers. I mean, it's right there. It is literally right there. What I suppose I can do is 1 month. I suppose I can do is probably remove that. Let them travel all the way down there to grab those if they want, or all the way up here, and then maybe the copper will start cranking out just a little bit better. Okay, Egyptian army is attacking us now. We know from the last little jump cut we saw that it will be a naval invasion. So was I wrong? I'm almost certain I saw a boat coming down. Maybe it's a dual attack? No, it doesn't appear to be. Looks like I was wrong. Wow, that's I suppose that's good. I think we have a far stronger presence on land at the moment. At this point we have won the battle. I think if I continue to build up, we should be strong. I have put a little fort over here on this side, and that may be why the other fort over here was not at full strength. They maybe have been prioritising the closer one, which is quite likely. Oh, it's obviously what's been happening because this one's half full. So that'll allow us to protect sort of this is our main part of the city at this point, and there's very little defence. So if they attack either from over here or possibly from a naval invasion that drops troops anywhere along here, hopefully we are going to be well protected. I don't know what is going on here. It's not difficult to find people. Some there and some there. There you go. You happy? You got people everywhere. Find them. Take care of them. Okay, money appears to be sort of an ongoing concern. I'm basically exporting as much as I can. So 700 copper there, and these appear to all be running at top speed now. Its disease is an ongoing issue as well. These all appear to be running at top speed, so I can actually make some real money for once. But I've decided to move into gold mining a little bit, so I have sort of begun tapping this area up here. These guys are going to form, I suppose, the vanguard against any potential threat that I suspect will come from up here. I'm actually going to throw some walls up just behind them. They're not going to have particularly nice lives. I don't expect the beauty of this building to offset all the ugliness here, but hopefully we can... let's see, I'm going to do you that way, I think. Hopefully this will make the area just a little bit more tolerable to live in, having that big beautiful palace right there. Okay, Buchanan's not going to be trading us as much beer, and beer is now, well, barley is more expensive, so beer is going to be more difficult to get. This could be a problem. This could be a real problem. At the moment though, it's not an issue, so we can still get 5,000 units of beer per year maximum if we require, but something to think about in the future as we begin to evolve our housing. Okay, it's time to accelerate our plans just a little bit. The Egyptian army will be coming within 6 months now. They've all attacked from here, and the fact that this was a walled city leads me to believe that that is where they're going to continue to attack from. However, I have seen on this world map, I have seen a boat image, even if it ended up being a land attack. And the fact that we can build a navy here makes me suspect that they will be coming. So I've got a little bit of a navy here already set up. I think we can fit probably one more just there. It's going to be a little bit tight, but that should be sufficient. I'm also going to step up my defense up here. If they take that down, I'll lose a lot of cash income. We're getting, what do you get? 300 per thing per year. Or is it per month? No, it's per year. So I get 300, I get 900 gold out of that per year, which at the moment is enough to really keep me afloat. I mean, I'd be at 0 if these things weren't active. So I'm going to throw down some walls up here to try and protect this if at all possible. I don't expect anyone to come from up here, but you never ever know. Okay, Egyptian army's attacking. I suspect our towers will hold them off. Yeah, oh god, okay. This is not good. This is not good. Thankfully, we've got our army here, and most of these are built up. Shit, I wish I'd used that money to throw down another fort, because actually, do we have enough weapons? It's a question. No, we don't. We're still rebuilding that one over there. Okay, this is not good. I think we may lose a lot of real estate here. Let's see what we can do to actually hold this one off. I'm going to bring these guys up. Egyptian army attacking. Let's have a quick look where they're coming from. Coming from the southwest, which is a bit of a problem, and it also appears to be a second attack coming via water. At this point, I think, let's speed up a little bit. Get you guys, we're going to get you guys up here just to try and intercept them. Hopefully 3 boats is sufficient to actually take them down. I think they're actually retreating. Holy damn, hot damn. We actually managed to beat them back. That was very, very tight. I suppose the real question now is, what's actually happening on the wharfs here? These are Egyptian warships. Are they my Egyptian warships? No, they're not, obviously. So I can't interact with them. So they've beaten our navy back. They've absolutely destroyed our navy. So can they do any real damage? That's the question. I don't think so. Anyway, I'm going to see what happens. Okay, this looks like the final battle. We've got one of our warships was built, and I think we might be able to finish them off. I've also built a couple of towers. Yes, that was our warship. I'm going to send you back to wharf at the moment. I'm not going to repair you just yet, because I don't know if it actually interferes with the construction of other ships. And so I've got thrown in a couple of transport wharfs in the hope that I might be able to move my forces back and forth in future battles. I really have been sort of thinking about doing that for a long, long time, and I never end up doing it. And so the problem is every time I have a big battle, I've only got half my forces on one side. So we'll see how we go here. Hopefully things come off just a little bit better. Okay, this is very interesting. I need waterborne troops. Not very nice. 5 months. I haven't got any transports. That's the problem. Maybe, look, I'm going to wait on for the full amount of time in the off chance that I can actually get... Good cat. On the off chance that this thing will actually complete a couple of transports. Please don't build... You're building fishing boats, for fuck's Look, I need you to build warships or transport wharves. I'm going to, actually, if it keeps building, I think I'm actually going to delete any other fishing docks that don't have boats already. Oh, look at that, we've got 21 weapons. I can send you off a little bit late, but hopefully Pharaoh won't be too pissed off there. I think it's the only fishing boat, and you already have... Yep, so I've already got people. That's fine, so I can leave the current fishing wharves as they are. They're going to build military boats now. I think probably the focus should be on military stuff if they have stored wood, rather than building little fishing boats, because I often end up in a bit of a loop where, what have we got here? That is a transport boat. Very, very nice. Hopefully, we've got 3 more months. Hopefully we can get at least 1 more of those pumped out. Okay, we've run out of time. I'm in the process. I've got two infantry squads loaded. I'm in the process of trying to get a 3rd one loaded on, but I cannot seem to get them on, and I really don't want to risk any longer. This 1 month has been sitting here for quite a long time. I suspect we're about to tick over very, very quickly. So what I can actually do here is send off the Cobras and the Scorpions, and we can also dispatch these 2 as well. And I think with that, we should be able to dispatch the force, and hopefully two warships and 2 infantry companies will be sufficient to actually take Kamoon. Okay, the heroes have returned. I think we can fairly safely take that as a victory. The Egyptian army was victorious. Very, very nice. They're all coming back. I think with that, do they actually return back? Yeah, they kind of do return back almost where they were picked up from. You guys can go back to your base, and we'll be all good from here on out. Well, this is very good news. Looks like we have actually taken the city of Kamoon, as in conquered them. They've changed the icon, which I guess means that we have sort of forced them back. We've actually taken that city, and we may well be ending the civil war. Hopefully this means we're not going to be attacked anymore. I mean, I've got more than enough cash now at this point to keep me going for a long, long time. But, yeah, I guess we'll have to see how we go here. Okay, now the cash seems to be pretty good. We've thrown down our last fort. It's filling up nicely. And we haven't had any warnings of any attacks for quite a while now. I've begun to sort of throw things down and prepare the city. I suspect the military events may well have finished now that we've managed to take down Kamoon up here. Kamoon? I don't know how to say it exactly. A little bit complicated for me. But we've got here now some granite mines, or granite quarries going up for the first time. A little shortcut for them to go across there and dump it off. And of course all the labour access down there. We've also begun to level up some of our houses. These guys are, yep, they're gradually levelling up. Although I suspect we will have some desirability problems. I really like these are low set ones. Just going to throw a couple of those down there. Now, I've saved these little spots. Normally I throw some temples or statues or something in there. What I think would be very nice would be actually to get the small obelisks in right there. We can have like a bit of a promenade going up the centre here. I think that would look absolutely beautiful. As for this large one, I haven't really thought about where I'm going to put it. It's very, very big. I mean, it could fit right there. This would sort of preclude me from levelling this housing up too much, but it would look very nice in the centre there. The other option is, what are the other options? There are a few options. That island is way too small for it. I could actually throw it over there. That's a very nice little spot. I think that may be nice just to mark the the site of our great battle where we fought off the bloody Egyptian rebels coming from the north. We'll see how we go anyway. Oh, look at this, a new trade route with Kamoon. Let's have a quick look what they will do. They're going to buy pottery from us. Very useful for 100 Debons. That's very nice. They'll sell us linen and plainstone. I need that. I'll buy papyrus. Again, not hugely valuable. Let's have a quick look at my unemployment. Under control. So I'm not really sure what I can do. Do I have clay pits? I do have clay pits. So I could actually sell, I could set up a bit of a, just along here, set up a, let's have a quick look if that'll work. Yep, I can fit in a couple of clay pits and make a whole bunch of potters here and sell that off through the dock as required. Okay, with that, it's time to throw down our first big obelisk, or first little obelisk. Throw that one right there, and we are, I suppose we're a quarter of the way to getting our next one. We will have that shortly. Alright, I've got sufficient money at this point in time to consider throwing down a temple complex. It would have been nice to have had the temple complex to set earlier in the mission, but it really just wasn't feasible. I had better things to spend my money on. And so I suppose we're going to go Osiris. We've had some fairly lackluster floods, although I throw in a couple of what do you call them, a couple of festivals lately, and apparently the next one has been promised to be a bit better. So I think we're going to throw this baby in right there. It'll look very nice, built into the city, have some forts near it, which is, I suppose thematically, I probably should have gone for, what's his name, for Set then, if I was going to put it there. And, you know, I may actually bulldoze that and go back to it at a later date. Set probably would be nicer next to those guys, but again, I've placed it down, so I will stick with it. And I'm going to throw in the Altar of Kebet, whatever it's called, and the Oracle of Min. There we go, that should make things just a little bit better. You guys can probably hear Skype in the background. I think I know who to blame for that one, but we'll just pretend I didn't leave it on. This is an interesting thing I've never known before. If I click that there, I can only build one obelisk at a time. Very, very interesting. I suppose it stops any little bugs that may crop up. So we're going to have to wait for this one to completely finish before we can move on to getting the next one done, despite actually having all the materials we're going to need. Down here, I've set up a little beer brewing area, so this will hopefully provide us with all the beer we're going to need to level these guys up. I have a fairly big population requirement for this mission. Let's have a quick peek at it. I need 7,000 people, which I think is the highest I've ever had to go to before. Not entirely sure, but it's a fairly solid number for a map, for a military mission anyway. I could probably work on getting this area leveled up as well. Looks like they are getting pottery somehow. They must be, market ladies must be crossing over. So having seen that, I think I'm actually going to stop you from buying pottery for the time being. I don't want this one to level up too much just yet. But in the meantime, this one over here is getting beer, and I can throw down a courthouse shortly. And I believe this is the single largest jump in tax income, not counting manors, of course. Manors really are shooting right up. Super Sajuk has linked through a bit of a housing guide for me to help me plan out my blocks a little bit better. And if you can provide them with beer, you can generally get a fairly sizable income jump. It really is worth it. It does pay for itself in terms of tax. Okay, now that everything is proceeding very nicely with our courthouse in here, we're going to require a scribal school. With that, we can go up to Mennefer. We actually sent them something a little while ago, and they will sell us the papyrus that we will need. So let's open that up. There we go. Import 800 should be enough for now, which is, I've set up a little yard here, and that is, it's going to take half a yard, but I think 800 is sufficient, so a quarter of a yard will do for now. I'm going to need the scribal schools. We're going to put those. Let's have a quick look. I think, say 3 by area. Where have I got space to put it? I could probably put it right there. I think actually I'll put it next to the water. Keep things near the main entrance part so everything flows a little bit more smoothly. From there, really the only thing we can place down next would be, would be to throw down a mortuary, and we're going to need linen for that. Now we are making linen over here. We've actually been stockpiling it for a long, long time. Oh, there you go. First obelisk done with that. I can easily, 5,000 people, very nice. I can easily throw down the next small obelisk. It should look beautiful, that little promenade, little colonnade, sort of a, what do you call them, boulevard, that's what they're called. Little boulevard going up there, some gardens on either side, and some big obelisks at the end. Okay, and with that we have ourselves a working mortuary, a little scribal school. This is a very nicely developed block. Requires linen from the bazaar, even better. I think we have some linen and they can go and buy that as required. I'm probably going to need to throw down a couple more linen farms, what do you call them? Flax farm. I'm going to throw down a couple more of those just to make sure I never run out. This here, I really don't want that linen carrier walking through the center here, so I'm actually inclined to completely remove that entrance, which will hopefully stop them from being flooded out and dying. Poor little bazaar lady may be dying as well. And in typical Pharaoh fashion, we have had a mass devolvement right here because they've run out of pottery, despite a completely full pottery warehouse being just a very short distance away. At this point, I'm not sure what I can do. I think I just need to get better bazaar ladies. I probably am actually going to get rid of that one right there and throw another bazaar down in the off chance that if I, let's see if I roadblock that there. In the off chance that when I roadblock those, that will hopefully keep everything back under control. And obelisk number 2 is done, and you can see some very erratic evolution back here. Looks like now it is to do with, what are you missing? Entertainment of some sort. Probably dancers doing what they do best, which is teleporting all over the place. With that though, we can throw down our final obelisk. We're going to throw you, I think we decided over here. I mean, that really is sort of a logical place. It's going to mark our big victory that we had, and without making space for it, it's not going to fit anywhere else. I could throw it out here. That is just, it doesn't look anywhere near as good. And I mean, this place has all the stuff it's going to need. So we're going to throw you right, look at these people leaving, bastards. We'll throw that down there, and we should be able to build it up nicely. Okay, in an effort to stabilize the block, I have created a dedicated little linen area over here and allowing the papyrus dude to drop things off to the scribal schools as required. That should hopefully allow him to do a better job. For some reason, when they're getting warehouse, he's not very effective at dropping people off. I had always thought there were two. There were getters and deliverers. Apparently they are the same thing. I'm not sure exactly how it works entirely, but we've finally managed to level up to our beautiful, fancy residence again. If we were to drop down some luxury goods, we would actually get like scribes and nobles moving in, which we want to avoid. And here we go. Looks like the large obelisk is finished. Have a look at it. Oh, it's glorious. Look at that beautiful thing. Oh, look at the hieroglyphs on it. They are... yeah, they're completely different to the ones on the small one. So it's a completely different model that they've actually used, or a different sprite. So that is a very nice looking, beautiful looking thing. And over here we are gradually evolving some of our housing. We can actually throw a courthouse right there. That should level up those just a little bit further. Although a little bit of inherent instability. I don't know why. For some reason, bazaars seem to get a little bit dodgy the higher level the housing gets. So I'm going to throw down two of them to hopefully try and deal with everything. And in the interest of reaching our population target, I've set up a little thing out here. We've destroyed some of the walls because we have basically won the military part of the mission. So I'm going to set up a nice, comfortable little housing block out here. Hopefully they will level up very nicely. I'm actually going to preempt any devolution. I'm going to throw down a second bazaar, and I'll throw you just there. What the hell was that? That was a fire in the city. Note to self, I'm going to lose everything. Throw down firehouse and architect's post always. Okay, at this point the city is looking very nice with a very, very nice population of just over 7,000. Lack of housing actually is preventing immigration, so people are keen to come here. But everywhere is looking good. With a whole bunch of different types of housing, a couple of slums over here, and some mid-range housing, and of course the very nice housing over here and out here in the two main, I guess, luxury parts of the area. Now, we need prosperity, which is simply because of money. I've been doing a hell of a lot of construction the last couple of years, so we're basically making 8,000 Debens in taxes from now on. That will shoot our money through the roof, so prosperity will begin to rise. Culture has been taken care of, monument is good, and kingdom is being worked on. We have been throwing some big festivals for Ra, so hopefully he will begin to bless us in the near future. Actually, while we're here, let's start throwing in. We've got 1,500 it's going to take. Let's have a quick look. We got loads of beer. In that case, let's throw ourselves a new grand festival for Ra. Not the blessing I wanted, Ra. Thanks, mate. Well, Ra has been pretty contrary. If we have a quick look at him, he is benevolent. He keeps blessing everything that I don't need. I can sell exports for more. I can sell more of the exports. Pretty much stuff I do not need. And considering that kingdom rating is the only thing we're missing, I think we're going to try sending off a... wrong one. Send a gift. No, not a gift. Yeah, a gift. That's what I want. A gift off to Pharaoh. We'll dispatch that off, and hopefully... Not quite. I'll need to send another one. I will be back very, very shortly. And there we go. As we ticked over to the new year, it appears that us paying tribute to Pharaoh has risen our kingdom rating enough to actually push us over to victory. That was a little bit unexpected. I was still, I believe, 4 points short, but here we go. Let's proceed.
Your tireless efforts have given the kingdom a beautiful and stately new city. You have also done much for all of Egypt, feeding hungry people in their time of need. Your considerable efforts shall not go unrewarded.
Well, that was a fairly considerable city in the end. 7,000 people is a pretty big build, especially for a military mission. No doubt they're only going to get bigger and better from here on out. So let's head onwards to Menat Kuthu in the next episode. Take care guys, and I'll see you around.